Welcome back to the channel. It's Raider Anonymous. We took another L, guys. We lost to the Cowboys. And we lost by a lot. We happened to score 16 points, but those were trash points. So it meant nothing. Guess how many times Genty ran the ball in the first half? Right there. Twice. Guess how many times he ran the ball the entire game? 6 times. I thought we were going to run the ball. I thought that's what Pete said, that we were going to run the ball more. Once again, Chip doesn't want to run the ball. I don't know why. And Geno, the only person he's looking to throw the ball to was Bowers. Staring Bowers down the whole time. I don't get it, man. I mean, guys, if you don't already know by now, the season's over. The season is officially over. We're 2-8. That's all I can do is shake my head, man. I'm getting tired of being pissed off, man. You know, last night's game, after Max Crosby forced that fumble, and Geno couldn't get us into the end zone and we couldn't score, I knew the game was over right there. I knew it. We couldn't even get in the end zone. Max puts us in on prime real estate to score a touchdown, and we can't even do it. We scored 6 points in the first half. Field goals. Wow. I mean, what I'm going to show you today are just some sarcastic clips from the press conference after the game. One is Geno and the other one's Pete. And they're tired of answering the same questions. So they respond with sarcasm. Okay? You're the quarterback. We're holding you accountable. Right? Pete, you're the head coach. Ultimately, we're holding you accountable. And as fans, we don't deserve this sarcasm. Okay? Tell us the truth. That's what we want to hear. If you would have told us the truth at the beginning of the season that we weren't going to do too good and we were going to rebuild, we wouldn't be as mad. But you told us we were going to win and that we were going to win a lot of games. And Geno told us he had something to prove. Yeah, it didn't look like it. Defense, you held your own in the beginning of the game, and the offense let you down again. And yeah, Cowboys scored over 30 points. But defense is not your fault because you're always out on the field. You're tired. Okay, you guys showed us what you had in that first quarter. And you were let down by the offense. I saw it on Max Crosby's face. After he got that strip sack, put the offense in prime real estate to score a touchdown, and you just went 3 and out. Did you see the look on Max Crosby's face when the camera panned him last night? Yeah, he was disgusted because he had to go back on the field. All right, let's get to the press conference. And first, we're going to start off with Geno. Listen to this guy.
You know, I think the right thing to do is to do what we practice and what we're coached to do. And like I said, the plays are there. I don't think there was any issue with the play calling.
No issue with the play calling? If there was no issue, then why couldn't you score? Why couldn't you get into the end zone? Why? There's no issue? Are you serious that there's no issue with the play calling? Is that what you're saying, Geno? Then it's all your fault then, right? Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect.
The plays were there. Guys were open. You know, you guys watched.
Guys were open. Well, why didn't you throw them the ball then? Oh, because your offensive line sucks? Yeah. Yeah, they do. Everybody on that offensive line, except for JPJ and Colton Miller, needs to be gone next year. They need to be freaking gone because they're terrible.
The film, I know we got a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks. who like to watch film and take screenshots and see where guys are open. So I'm sure you guys will see where the guys were open. For me, again, I just got to play better. And I keep saying this, man. If something don't look right out there, blame it on me, right? If it don't look right, blame it on me.
That's what we get, Raider fans. Raider Nation, that's the response that we get from our leader, from our quarterback. That type of sarcasm, because he's tired of answering the same questions every single week. If you're tired of answering them, Geno, then win a freaking game. Play good.
That's all you can do. Blame it on me. If your kids mess up at school, blame it on me. Car break down going to work, blame it on me.
Yeah, it's not funny. We pay our hard-earned dollars to buy merchandise, season tickets, watch the game, cheer for our favorite team, and that's the answer you give us? I don't even want you back next year. You're, in my opinion, you're not a Raider. You're really not a Raider. You haven't proven nothing to be a Raider. Not even Derek Carr in his worst seasons and his worst games has ever made a comment like that.
And then we just stalled in the red zone, and unfortunately, and we got the
we stalled a lot, Pete.
second drive, I think it was, or maybe it was the first drive. We got sacked a couple times, right off back to back, and it kind of got us out of whack a little bit. But I don't really care about pleasing people with our run pass mix. I'm trying to.
Yeah, we know you don't want to please people because you're not winning any games, right? How do you please the fan base? You win games. And obviously it's not working whatever you're doing, Pete.
Just move the football, and we wanted to get the ball to Brock a bunch and see what he could do and our other guys, and that kind of worked out. But when you come back to it, we were supposed to be ahead with that approach, and then we're supposed to come back and run the football in the second half. And
so what you're basically saying is that there's no plan B, right? Get ahead, be ahead, and then in the first half, and then in the second half, run the football and run out the clock. Right? Well, okay, that didn't work. What's plan B? Did you come up with a plan B with Chip? Did you get together with Chip and come up with a plan B or a plan C? Just in case plan A didn't work. Did you do that? Because it doesn't sound like it.
Later in the second quarter, but our inability to get in the zone and to stop them, it didn't work out that way. So
we know it didn't work out that way. So what's plan B? What's plan C?
I'm totally responsible for how that happened.
Yeah, we know you're responsible.
Pete, just what went into the decision to start Will Penham and Senham and shift Jordan at right guard?
The competition during the time with this week.
Oh, another competition for center and right guard. Another competition, right? Let's put Meredith, who you wanted at center, let's put him at right guard. That makes completely no sense, Pete. That makes no sense. JPJ was the center, and you swapped them. Why would you put the guy that you thought was best at center, Meredith, why would you put him back at right guard because JPJ's gone? Since obviously he's the better center. You make no sense, Pete.
And what's been happening the last 2 weeks, we've been looking at it.
Competition,
ass. We tried combinations. We looked at all of it and felt like that was the best way we could go. Jordan had a really solid season at guard last year, and
Jordan had a solid season at guard last year. Then why did you switch him? Why did you put him at center and put JPJ at right guard? If he had such a solid season last year, why did you switch him?
Felt really comfortable moving, and so we tried. We tried Caleb. You guys were following that, and we looked at some different combinations, and this was the best way we thought to do it.
You tried Caleb. What was Pete preaching all week? Caleb Rogers, competition, bringing Caleb Rogers in. He's getting more reps. Caleb Rogers is getting more reps, making us think that he was going to play or that he was going to start. And then before the game, they asked him, hey, are we going to see Caleb Rogers out there today? You'll see who's out there. That was his response. You'll see who's out there. Guess what? Caleb Rogers didn't even suit up for the game. He was inactive. We can't even see any of the rookies. We can't even see how they're going to play. You want to win games? The season's over. Put these guys in so we can evaluate them for next year. Put these guys in so Spytek can see if he has to go out there and draft more offensive linemen. But we can't, because we can't see how they play in a game.
And just a follow-up to that, is this a permanent change to the offensive?
We're one day at a time right now on those kinds of choices.
The decision not to dress Caleb, I mean, are you kind of getting to the point where maybe it's time to go see some of those young players like Caleb?
I think that's your guys' way of thinking. That's not our way of thinking. We're trying to win games.
That's our way of thinking. Man, I don't know, Pete. I don't know. You're going to be back next year. I can pretty much guarantee you're going to be back. But you're going to have to do something, man. Because your son, Brennan, he is not cutting it at offensive line coach. Chip Kelly, I don't know what's going on with Chip Kelly and his game plan. I mean, I don't even know what else to think, but the guy's terrible. From what the product he's showing us on the field, Chip Kelly's terrible. We're 2-8. I mean, if we were 4-6, even 5-5, you know, I'd say, yeah, we're getting better. But guess what? Antonio Pierce did more with less. And you're a Hall of Fame coach, Pete. We should be better than we were last season. But the team's worse. I mean, this entire season makes no sense. I've been a fan since 1980, and this has to be one of the worst seasons the Raiders have ever played. One of the worst. All right. We're going to move on. I was talking about Brendan Carroll, and I'm going to show you some clips of the offensive line with Putnam at center and Meredith at right guard. So let's take a look. All right, I got Meredith circled here. Keep an eye on him. Here, speed it up. Yeah, great blocking.
We got a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks who like to watch film and take screenshots. And
That's what Geno said. All right, this one. We just saw some great blocking at right guard by Jordan Meredith, who Pete said had such a great season at right guard last year that he just had to move him back to right guard. Even though JPJ had to compete for right guard and they put Meredith at center beginning of the season. I have no clue. All right, now we got our new center, Putnam, in front of Geno Smith. Keep an eye on him. Oh, my God.
we got a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks who like to watch film and take screenshots. And
Sorry, guys. I had to throw that in there because I had to make a statement. You know, we're all Monday morning quarterbacks. Yeah, we didn't play in the NFL like you, Geno. But we're also not making $40 million a year, you know, to lead the team and at least get us some wins. But that's all I got for today, guys. It's been a dismal season, but we're still going to be back in our Raiders, back in the Shield, and we'll see you on the next video.